Hi guys, welcome back to Football Manager 2018 with Rangers. We'll be taking on Dundee momentarily, and then later on we'll be playing Hearts at Tynecastle. But first things first, Dundee at Ibrox. So we're going to be making a couple of changes here, particularly in the back line. Bilal Coaster is going to come in. I think is he left-footed? He's right-footed. Bilal Coaster is going to come in for Manuel Riedel. Alex Donald will come in for Murray Wallace. But we'll put Riedel on the bench and Wallace can sit this one out. Other than that, we'll stick with the same team. So we're going with the proper front line and everything. It'll be Fulton, Coaster, Denswell, Donald, Alexander-Arnold, Edelman, Fassi, Barjonas, Chiacheri, Morelos and Molina. Big day for Denswell at the back here, having to shepherd the two young lads either side of him. Hopefully they can still keep the front line of Dundee relatively quiet. But as long as we can outscore them, I'll be happy with that. Looks very congested in the centre of the park there for Dundee. Hopefully we can hit them down the flanks. It goes out to Alex Donald now, moves it quickly to Edelman. Does he have the run in behind? No, oh, it's a terrible ball by Barjonas trying to go centrally. Denswell's header away is poor. Smith goes wide. Randall now up against Edelman, who manages to step in, win it back. Good play, son. Barjonas now looks after it better this time. Denswell to Donald, cycling it around. Lovely play. Barjonas's ball's poor again, but it breaks for Edelman. Well switched, Alexander-Arnold. Great ball, Chiacheri cuts in, shot saved, squares it, Molina, 1-0. There you go. Not even 3 minutes on the clock, and it is 1-0 to Rangers. Great start, exactly what we needed with that back line there with the youngsters there, Donald and Coaster. I expect to concede today, so we need the front line to be on their game, and it looks like they will be as Molina comes forward down the left, angles it in, blocked, cleared away by Hall. Denswell again, he's doing well today, the senior lad at the back. Molina now, nice touch, goes wide, whips it in, Chiacheri, meh. Ball came to him a little quick there, we'll give him the benefit of the doubt as he just cushions it over the bar. Here come Dundee with Vassell. Come on, pinch it and break. It has been pinched. Edelman to Morelos now. Chiacheri picks it up. Molina's on the other side. Good ball. Got an overlap coming. Trying to go himself through the middle. Breaks for Fassi. Chiacheri. Alexander-Arnold on the overlap. Cuts it inside. Deflection. Scrambled around. And it falls for Morelos. Pretty poor defending, it must be said, for Dundee. But we are 2-0 up. And thankfully we should be able to get away with playing the young lads today. I wouldn't expect us to blow a 2-0 lead. Semple trying to charge it, Donald but forced wide. Good tracking by the midfielders there to protect him as Alexander-Arnold pinching it. Molina now going forward on that left hand side. Go and whip it, son. Whips it away. Barjonas cushions it to Alexander-Arnold. Fassi now can hit it. Cuts it back though, Alexander-Arnold. Morelos. How good has Trent Alexander-Arnold been on that right hand side? It just offers that constant outlet at right wing back. Incredible player. We'll currently be moving 12 clear of Celtic. What's happening in their game? They're still 0-0 at Easter Road. Denswell, Alexander-Arnold, my god, they're in for a hammering here, Dundee, if they don't shape up. It's a terrible cross though. It always happens, doesn't it? You're singing Alexander-Arnold's praises and then he whips in a ball like that easily for Scott Bain to catch it as Vassell wins it in the air. Who was that? Was that Bilal Coaster there? It was. That's not good defending in the air. O'Hara's ball wide, nicked by Edelman though, who looks for Molina, brings it down, running at them, is constantly a problem, Walter Molina, and there you go, puts her on a plate for Alfredo Morelos, hat-trick for him today, and this is why he's the top goal scorer in the league by an absolute mile, Alfredo Morelos, and I expect him to probably breach 50 goals for the season. As it's played in behind Donald, it's Semple and Ian Fulton bails out the young man. We'll get caught with things like that, try to bed in these youngsters. I'm expecting it. Good play from Fulton, still a youngster in his own right actually. Fulton there bailing them out as Bain goes long. Randall robbed by Edelman, so easy. He goes back to Fulton, Denswell, Coaster, Fulton, Denswell. Good play actually, Donald. The young lads getting involved there. Most things going through Denswell, but the young boys playing a decent part in the action. Dundee try to settle it down a wee bit with some passing. Playing pretty well actually, Dundee. This is the kind of game that they need to play if they're trying to congest the midfield. Randall up against Edelman, beats him, whips it in but easily away. Fassi, Morelos now, there's Molina, constant outlet Molina. Go and whip it. whips it. Chiacherry, all he has to do is cushion it forwards and it's in the net. It is 5-0 after only 34 minutes. How good is Walter Molina? Get the ball out to him. He just runs down that left hand side. He's like a wee Messi, just running down that. He's like a wee Messi, as if Messi's about 6'4", but he is. Look at him. You can tell he's a much smaller lad in stature than a lot of these Dundee players. As Edelman's big dirty hoof into the box is turned in by Chiacherry. We could be on for double figures today if Dundee don't shape up. Yeah, but Molina, he's a small boy. He runs between everybody, almost running in between their legs. He's that bloody wee. He just gets through everyone. He's such a good athlete. Tricky Argentine dribbler. Gets through everybody. And the ball, as he's maturing, the cross is there more and more regularly every time. As Randall beats his man, slices across easy for Fulton. Come on, get 7 for half time. Fulton out to Donald, I think. Yep. No, he goes even further. Edelman. Jonas quickly to Molina. Here he is. Switches it. Chiacherry now. Morelos, who's on for 4 goals in the first half. Edelman now. And it's Chiacherry, and it is a 7th. It is a 7th for Rangers in the first half. Chiacherry and Morelos both have hat-tricks. And at half-time here at Ibrox, it's Rangers 7, Dundee 0. Celtic 1 up and will stay within 10 points, but it's an absolute hammering today. Dapo Mabudi is on for Morelos. Chiacherry out for Darren Graham. We'll give Molina probably till about the hour mark, and then we'll throw Tim Gallagher on for him. It's just been a perfect performance pretty much all round from everyone. Baxter's ball in, Edelman away. Edge of the box for Semple now. Has a long range effort. Oof. Kisses the outside of the post and goes wide. I hope we can get a clean sheet. Hope young Donald and Coaster have a clean sheet to their names here in their full debuts for the club. Everybody at the back with an 8.6, and Donald's actually just went up to an 8.7. But the team have definitely taken their foot off the gas second half. Still 7-0, which is what it was at half time as we close in on the 90 minutes. But Jonas picking up an injury is not good news. Alexander Arnold might have to fill in the middle of the pitch. There you go, in the end it's only 7. Job was done in the first half. Bain kicks it long, final whistle goes. A little disappointed actually that we didn't go for the throat in the second half, but who cares? Can't be disappointed with a 7-0 victory. Celtic winning 1-0 of course. Our goal difference up to 79. Celtic's is only 19. We're 60 goals better off compared with Celtic. But Jonas out for 2 to 3 weeks. Chiacherry is 1 goal away from 20 league goals, and then he'll get 100 grand, which he'll definitely be getting. Nobody on loan really catching the eye there. 10 wins in a row for us now, of course. There you go. Morelos has 30 goals as the top scorer. Chiacherry has 19 as the second top scorer, and Walter Molina has 13 as the third top goal scorer. Chiacherry leading the assist chart there with 21. Then it's Molina with 15. Chiacherry 8.14 average, Morelos 8.05 average, and then Sam Byram actually with a 7.99 average. 8 man of the match awards for Chiacherry and 5 for Morelos. Crazy. And Ian Fulton is 1 off of leading the clean sheet rank there with 10. How is Chiacherry only worth 15.5? Tell me that. What a player he is. Wanted by Juve, Liverpool, Leipzig and Spurs. Absolutely nuts how good the front line's been this season. I knew it would be when we started off at the beginning of the season. We were putting 6s and 7s and 9s sometimes by teams regularly. It was a good debut from Bilal Costa there. He's a decent lad. I think he can definitely go on to become a great player here at the club. Who wants him? Willem and Sunderland both want him on loan. No thanks, he'll be playing for us. Away at Hearts, do we go with the same team or do we bring in... I'm tempted to say we bring in the senior players again. We'll put Wallace and Riedel back into the lineup. I just think it's a bit much to ask the young lads to go to Tynecastle. We want to keep this run going, of course, for as long as possible. So I think we bring the senior players back in, make sure we get the result at Tynecastle. Maybe we can bring the youth lads off the bench, but for now I just think get the senior lads back in. I don't know what Celtic are actually up to midweek. Hearts' Paul Hartley is on the verge of the sack. Let's see if we can't get the final nail in his coffin. Celtic are hosting Killie at Celtic Park. You'd expect them to be able to beat Kilmarnock, no problem. They've actually been in great form themselves, Celtic, ever since, you know, they had a bit of a patchy period at the start of the season. They rallied from that and actually ended up beating us. Then they went on a decent run. Then we smashed them at Ibrox. But ever since that Ibrox game, they've been beating teams. I think they're on a pretty good win streak themselves, actually. Ayr United losing again. That's them back to bottom of the league now. Stephen Ramsey playing 67 minutes for them. I think the fact that our 19-year-old midfielder who doesn't look as if he's going to make it here at the club is a regular starter for Ayr, I think that shows they just don't have the quality. Christian Paez is still not ready to come back into the squad. Jamie Burjonas obviously can't. Trent Alexander-Arnold is going to have to fill in there, which brings Sam Byram back in as a right back. Murray Wallace comes onto the bench. He will go on for Donald. Riedel will come on for Coaster, and we'll go with Fulton, Riedel, Denswell, Wallace, Byram, Edelman, Fassi, Alexander-Arnold, Chiacherry, Morelos and Molina. The typical lineup. Who's this Miranda guy that's in the middle of Hearts'? I think we're second in the form table. We've won 10 games in a row. How can we possibly be second? Right, let's get that back on the league table. João Miranda, who's joining Guimarães. Nah, he's okay. Signed by Liverpool for 18 grand. I have no idea why. He's an okay midfielder. Tough venue to come to, by the way, Tynecastle still. Just because we're steamrolling teams doesn't mean that these games away in Edinburgh, for example, aren't tough games. They're still tough. That's only 25 minutes on the clock. We've not managed to create a single chance yet. Celtic are ahead at Parkhead against Killie, and Pabai is coming forward now. It's Miranda, puts it in. Riedel cushions it away, comes back to Walker, finds Hedges. And there you go. Ryan Hedges, assisted by Jamie Walker. 1-0 to the Jambos. And you struggle to say that we don't deserve that, because we've created absolutely nothing here in the first half. 12 shots, not one of them has been significant enough to show us it. And we're going to go into half time. One chance created, it's went the way of Hearts, and it's 1-0 to Hearts. Right, we need to buck up our ideas here. We've done nothing in this game and we're getting beat. Hedges finds Cullen, switches it to Walker now. Edelman with a good challenge. There you go, son. More of that, please. They've had one shot on target, and of course that was a goal. It can be equalised now. Denswell puts in a good ball away by Hedges, the goal scorer. He's having a cracking game. You have to give it to the lad. Alexander-Arnold, Molina, and Acres a space. There you go. And within 5 minutes of the second half, Walter Molina tucks it away, and there is one apiece. I was going to say 1-0 there. Immediately going to get another piece of action. Can we pinch it and go back up and get the go-ahead goal? Walker now to make sure Hearts don't do it though. Edelman can't quite pinch it. Miranda back to Walker. Come on, Edelman. Oh, he's flew in and got beat, but Fulton claims the cross. Good man. It's got to go out to Wallace here. Nope, goes to Riedel. His ball to Byram was a bit slack. Picks it up though. Alexander-Arnold. Good pass from him. Edelman. Morelos. Molina. Oh, it's a sitter. It's an absolute sitter from Walter Molina. Should have a second today. But it remains 1 each here. They've had 4 shots to our 19. It's almost criminal that we're at 1 each. I'm going to take Chiacherry off for Darren Graham. I'm going to throw Dapo Mabudi on for Morelos. This is a big risk, but the senior boys have done absolutely nothing today. I've accidentally clicked tighten up instead of push forward. God damn it. Push forward, there we go. About on the 85th minute now. I'm going to bring Dimitri Mitchell on for Edelman. Mitchell sort of plays almost as a winger from that left wing back position. I think he's a little more attack minded than Edelman, so we'll try and bring him on as we're chasing a goal. Edelman losing out to Walker again. Armstrong now. Just don't let Hearts pinch it. Oh dear. Trent Alexander-Arnold's first game as a central midfielder is going to end in a dismissal. Not good. Right. So that will cancel Dimitri Mitchell's introduction at least. I'm going to have to bring Darren Graham back off, I'm afraid. Drop Gallagher back. It's not ideal, but there we go. We're going to keep to the overload. Even though we're down to 10, we might get caught, but we might as well go for it. Whipped in, away, Mabudi now, goes long to Molina, good pass. Players getting up in support. Molina, pass one. Oh, he shoots again. Why does he keep doing that? Unreal, man. If he would have held onto that ball for 2 seconds, he squares it for a tap-in. Now Gallagher's shot deflects and Hearts are going to claim a point. Not good enough. Do you know what? It is disappointing. Walter Molina absolutely screws it up at the end there, but it's okay. You're not going to win every single game. We got a 1 each draw when it didn't look like things were going our way. I'll take it. We're still 8 points clear of Celtic with only 12 games left in the season. I will take it. It's okay. It's not the end of the world. Although it is a bit of an annoying contrast when the team can put 6 past Falkirk, 7 past Dundee, and then we struggle to get 1 against Hearts there. That is disappointing. But we don't seem to travel to Edinburgh very well. I mean, 1-1 there with Hearts, 1-0 away at Hibs, 3-2 away at Hibs, tight games. Have we went to Edinburgh again? No, we've not went to Edinburgh other than those 3 games there. But, you know, we don't travel to Edinburgh very well. We win tight games. We don't tend to batter them away in Edinburgh. So listen, it's an okay result. We'll take it. But we need to refocus now because we've got a couple of huge games coming up. We've got Falkirk in the Cup, which isn't that big of a game. We should be able to beat them at home, no problem. We just beat them 6-1 away. But then we're in Germany against Andre Horta's new team, RB Leipzig. Oh my god, that is so brutal. Andre Horta has a broken lower leg. Oh, that's harsh, man. We bring him in for 3.4, we sell him for 40, he plays 3 games and breaks his leg. That is lovely. Absolutely lovely. Do you know, that's the kind of thing that always happens to you as the player and you end up raging, so luck's went our way this time. Anyway, episode is over now. We're not going to prattle on for too long here. Hope you guys have enjoyed this one. Beating Dundee there, then the bit unfortunate draw against Hearts there, but we're still 8 points clear, still doing pretty well in the league if I do say so myself. So as I say, I hope you guys have enjoyed this one. Please do leave a like if you have done, and of course subscribe to the channel to see the rest of the series. And yeah, basically that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Enjoy the World Cup later on today. Kicks off 4 o'clock. And it's Russia versus Saudi Arabia, which, okay, isn't exactly the most glamorous game, but it's the start of the World Cup. So enjoy that one, and I'll see you guys next time when we're taking on Falkirk and Leipzig.